بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم. صباح الخير. Good morning. صباح الخير. Good morning. We will talk today about the roots of the verbs, or actually we'll talk about the verbs themselves. But I told you that every verb has a root, and the root is usually when a single is the form of a single male. For example, we have here akala, it means he ate. Okay, or it can be it ate, but in Arabic we don't have it for animals. We use he and she for animals also. So akala, it's for male animals or male humans or anything that is male, and this will be the root of the verb eat, which is he ate, akala. And the same with other verbs. And the root is not only a verb, it also has other meanings, like akl. So this is akala. We have akl. Akl means food. So it's the same root. It has also similar extensions for different meanings. We have the word akla. Akla. It means like cuisine or meal. It actually means meal, and so on. So this is the root, okay? And we have here akala again. We have here dhahaba, and we have here drink, shariba. Okay, now shariba. So not all verbs with three letters will have fatha all over. Some of them will have kasra, like here. And this is another example for the roots, which is wrote, kataba. He wrote. What about a book? A book is kitab. What about a person who writes? Katib, author. What about a bookstore? We will see maktaba. My pen is broken. Maktaba. All of these go to the one root from writing, from he wrote, kataba, kitab, katib, maktaba. And if you know the root, it will be easier to remember the words that are attached to it. Okay, and when we make the verb present, or for female, or for a group, there are rules for each verb. And verbs have groups depending on certain features. Now, I thought about explaining the features for each group to you, but it will be overwhelming, I'm afraid. Therefore, I think it will be better if you just use the verbs and try to get used to it, okay? For example, here the verb is fa'ala. Here, fa'ala means he did. If I ask, who did it? If I ask, oh my goodness, who did it? من فعل هذا؟ فعل. من فعل هذا. Who, من, did, فعل, it, هذا. Who did it? And even if we don't know if it's a male or female, we use the same form, because in Arabic in general the male form is inclusive, okay? Especially if you don't know or if you want to talk to both, you will use the male form. Who did it? من فعل هذا. And this is فعل. To make it present for now, you will say يفعل. And now let's use, for example, ذهب. ذهب فعل. يفعل. Then let's add this one to, let's add the ya to ذهب. It will be يذهب. The same idea with فعل we'll use it with ذهب. The same تشكيل, فتحة and سكون and ضمة. So ذهب فعل. يفعل يذهب. سيفعل, tomorrow or later in the future. And notice that I didn't use past, present, because for me I don't care about the grammar term. I just want you to know the tense. So for later we will add the S, and this S will be used for any verb. If it's 3 letters, if it's 4 letters, regardless of which group is it, we will have the same future tense. The difference between the letters, so for example كتب here, writing, is different from قرأ. قرأ. They are both 3 letters and they are both with fatha. However, they are from different groups, because in writing you write something, you are doing something. You are not passive, you are not just sitting like listening or reading. In reading and listening it's passive. In writing there is some action to it, and the action is not any action, is not to someone, not to a person. For example, it's you are doing something. So these are from the features of the groups that I told you about, but we don't want to go through it. But let's have these 2, كتب and قرأ. Or for example, شرب and أكل. أكل and شرب. Those 2 are from different groups also. It's the same as كتب and قرأ. Okay. So let's use one of these. So شرب, it will be يشرب, and سيشرب. It's the same as here. And as you see in the root, the root is in blue. So the blue here is the root. If you take off the blue and replace it with any verb with 3 letters, it will be the same. It will be the same meaning, the same tense. The difference maybe will be in the tashkil, but the writing for the letters will be the same. So if we go back to, for example, let's use ذهب, as we said. ذهب يذهب. For example, let's use here. Let's just replace the blue one. So I'll take the blue and I will use the verb, the other verb here. Now it's perfectly normal. سأذهب. Now this blue you can ignore it, actually it's not here. So سأذهب. Okay. And if we go here, we remove the blue, just the blue. Okay. And then we write our new verb. تذهبون. You go, for the group of people. تذهبون. ستذهبون. ستفعلون. Okay. Now this lesson is not about pronunciation, it's about the tenses. So If I am pronouncing this verb or the other verb and you think it is hard to pronounce it, it's okay. As I told you, you don't have to pronounce 100%. You just need to recognize it when you hear it, and when you say it, you just say it as you like, and people will know it. So فعل, this letter is kind of difficult. العين, it's in the middle here. فعل. So let's say that it's very hard for you to say فعل and you want it easier. So you will say فعل. فعل. This is not correct, but everyone will understand you. Because you don't just shout a word. You talk in sentences. So there is a context. So people will understand. And the goal of the language is to communicate and to understand. As long as you can read it, and when you listen to it, you recognize it, then your pronunciation is not a big deal. So in this table, I had in blue the root and the different color for the additions for each one. So for huwa, hiya, hum, ana, which is me, anta, anti, antum. And this is really interesting. Let's have a lighter color here. If you see here, antum, fa'altum, okay? Especially in the past, it's very easy to add it. Anti, fa'alti, anta, fa'alta. Okay. So this is very easy for here. Although in here in the other verbs we don't have it. We don't have similar trick to make it easier to remember. However, it is actually very easy additions, and we just have to note that she fa'alat, you fa'alta. Same letters, different tashkil. Here it is sukun and fatha. Here it is fatha, then sukun. You don't need to memorize. Memorizing will make it bad. When you learn, it's especially in a language, you have to enjoy learning by doing it in sentences. So for example, I made here a house. So we can say in Arabic, when we make a sentence, we start with the action, with what you did. So we will say ذهب 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 let's say نوجا ذهب علي علي. This is in Arabic, they call it Ali. It's a very popular name. ذهب علي إلى to إلى, and this is there is no dots, it's not ya. إلى البيت البيت, the house, the البيت, house. Okay. The pen is broken, so it will be hard to write now. So yeah, ذهب علي علي. Or actually, I told you don't need to care about it, because actually in reality we don't use Tanween a lot. In daily life we use Tanween, which is the N at the end. We use it usually with shukran, thank you. We say shukran, and we do like this, shukran, shukran, and the reply will be afwan. Okay, shukran, afwan. And another example is for the daily usage is let's say marhaban, marhaban. The tanween is similar to if you say this is it's similar to say a or an. So if I use L, now this page is kind of full. No, that's here. So if I say الشكر, the thanks. Well, it's not usual in English, but in Arabic we say الشكر. It's we use it sometimes. Or shukran. And if I give you a more relatable example, let's take this out if it will make you confused. So if I say Bayt, house, we would say Baytun, a house. Baytun. Al-Bayt. We will never have Tanween, this N, in when we have Al. Al-Bayt, the house. Okay, it's like that. So this is what I wanted to show you, the importance of the root. That the root, not only it will make it easier for you to make the verb present and future, and for people, different people, you and me, but it also includes some group of vocabulary, like kataba, he wrote. We have kitab, book, katib, author, writer, maktaba, bookstore. So it all came from the root kataba. And we have different verbs that are rooted by 3 letters only, and this is the table for the changing the roots, taking the root and change it to different people, different tenses. You just replace the blue, which is fa'ala, he did, with any other verb, and it will be the same meaning. Some words will have different tashkil, and I will end with this example. For example, qara'a and kataba. Qara'a means he wrote, and kataba means he wrote. Qara'a means he read, and kataba means he wrote. So let's say here, let's have this one here. Antum, fa'altum, we will say qara'tum. And in the beginner level, we know that the a does not connect with the after. Okay, it connects with before, but the before is ra, and the ra doesn't connect with the after. So that's why we have it like that. Okay, that's in the beginner level, writing the letters. Qara'tum, and it will have the same tashkil. Qara'tum. Okay, and then tadhhabun, we will say taqra'un. And let me emphasize on the root. So I'll use the same colors so you feel confident that I did not change the rule. See, these are the same. This extension is for the group of people, and now I will just add the root. That's it. And the tashkil will be taqra'un. Okay. And here also we'll just have the S here, the sa, seen we call it, sa taqra'un. And for the other verb, which is kataba, this is the root, kataba, and here. Okay, then now let's add the extensions. Katabtum, katabtum, and here taktubun. and let's add the تشكيل. كتبتم تكتبون. The difference is this one here. تقرؤون تكتبون. Here it is ضمة and here it is فتحة. Okay, you know the تشكيل, that if we have a letter, let's say this is ba or whatever, then the تشكيل will be فتحة, ضمة, كسرة, سكون. Okay, if you don't know this, then this is part of the beginner level. Beginner level is mainly about how to write the letters and how to make different pronunciations. If you think it is very hard for you to follow the writing, then you may want to attend the beginner level. But now in intermediate, we're trying to use the verbs in different forms. Okay, and it is always good that you feel challenged. You don't feel it's easy. If it's easy, then you're not learning. So if it's challenging and hard, then that's good. Okay, so here it is, the table for the different roots and how to change from past to present to future and with different people. Okay, and I will send you later this as an image. I will try to clean it up and send it. Okay, thank you and have a good weekend. مع السلامة.